If you plan on opening an insurance agency, in this video, I'm going to go over what you can expect. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Nick Sakha. I grew nearly approaching a $20 million insurance agency, and I started in late 2016. It's been about a little over 7 years now on this journey. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada. I got about 20 plus employees, and it has been a very rewarding journey. I want to commend you for your interest in starting an insurance agency. And I think if you follow this video and learn all the things that you can expect by jumping into this industry, it will have you more prepared as far as what you can do and what you can expect. And I hope that this video would add value to you and help you. Do me a favor, follow me on my social media platforms, like and subscribe if you get some value, and let's get started. The first thing that you should expect when getting started in the insurance industry and starting your own insurance agency is to start with an end in mind. And what I mean by that is, like, don't start building the house until you have the house mapped out with your entire precise outcome predetermined. So meaning, figure out whether you want to be independent, whether you want to be captive, figure out how big you want your insurance agency to be and by when, because by that only you can reverse engineer exactly what you need to do year in and year out as you start building your insurance agency. For example, when I started, I knew right away that I wanted to build a $5 million agency within 5 years. From there, I exceeded those goals. Like after I got to 5, then we acquired another $5 million agency. It took us to 10. We continued to grow, and then I acquired another $4 million agency, and now we're sitting at 20 million. But I had that initial goal in mind, and I think that it's very important to create those ambitious goals and to know exactly how big you want to be and by when, because that will help you reverse engineer how many staff it's going to take you. That'll help reverse engineer how much you need to sell on a monthly basis. That'll help you reverse engineer how much you need to spend on marketing. And once you figure these things out, it's going to make your life your journey less of a question mark, and you're going to know exactly what you need to do. So the first thing that you should expect is to have an end in mind. Another direction we can go with that is have your potential exit strategy in mind as well. So as you build this agency, you want to have in mind how long you want to be in this industry, when you want to exit. And so for me, I know that now that we've achieved $20 million, I know that I would like to be over $30 million. Like, I have this goal of being 30 million in the next 4 years. And I will have been in this business for, at that point in time, 11 years. And I'm starting to figure out my potential exit plan. And that could be 5 years from now, it could be 10 years from now. You want to have that in mind in case the opportunity presents itself and you have the opportunity to sell your agency and be in a good position. So try to have that in mind. I know that exiting really isn't what's on your mind in the beginning, but have that in mind as you get 1 to 2 to 3 years in, and that should help you. The second thing you should expect is to sell. You are going to have to sell in this industry. And what I see a lot of people do is they get into the business and they think that they can just maybe acquire a book and service this business and it's just going to be reoccurring money, right? You think of insurance, it's like, yeah, residual income, and it couldn't be further from the truth. I think that you need to come into this business like any business, knowing that you're going to have to sell. You're going to have to put policies on the books, and you're going to have to grow this agency. And that's the only way that your agency really creates value and it becomes an asset that you can sell. It's like once you have an actual operation. So I just tell you that because a lot of people think that they can own an agency and they can just kind of just do enough, and you need to sell more than you're losing, clearly, because you're going to lose customers, but have it in mind that I need to sell. Like, I'm going to have to buy leads, I'm going to have to learn a sales process, and I'm going to have to learn really how to just sell my team on working with me, sell employees on joining my agency, and you're going to have to sell. Like, just know how to sell, and you're going to have to make sure that flows over into your staff's mindset as well. So that's the second thing, is expect to sell. Third thing that you can expect is to reinvest. Expect to reinvest and expect not to make money for a few years. I would say 2 to 3 years is where it got better for me. That's when I started to make money and started to maybe invest in myself a little bit more and give back to me. But for the first couple of years, I wasn't making money. I was reinvesting every little thing. I kept my personal expenses very minimal, and every good month I had, every cash flowing month that we had, I certainly reinvested it, which leads me to another point, is expect to have like credit, access to capital of some sort, whether that's a line of credit or credit cards, because you're going to need that to be able to afford staff. When you're growing this agency, you're not going to have access to capital in the beginning, and you're going to have to spend money to make money, pay to play. You're going to have to invest in staff. You're going to have to invest in marketing and internet leads. I would say that in 2024, which is the year it is right now, just expect to have to buy leads, because you can do a great job of building a personal brand and really building a local influence, as I have in Las Vegas. But it still required me and requires me till this day to invest in internet leads. I have to constantly buy leads, provide them to my team, and create systems and processes around that to make sure that we're closing a certain amount of that business on a monthly basis. So expect to reinvest, and also expect to have to deploy cash to get your business up and going. Before I give you the fourth thing that you can expect when starting an insurance agency, is I have recently launched a social media coaching and consulting community for insurance agents, giving you the tips and ideas and strategies behind building a strong personal brand, so that way you can develop relationships with mortgage partners, lenders, referral sources, and just ultimately building your online presence. So there's going to be more in the caption below, and my Facebook community that I have launched as well. So be sure to tune into that. So the fourth thing that you can expect is that hiring and marketing are always going to be a problem. They're always going to be the problem that you must solve in this business. You're always going to have to find good employees. You're always going to have to be hiring. You should never get comfortable with the staff that you have on staff. You should always be looking to add to your team, especially sales team. Your producers, there's a pretty good amount of turnover where people are going to realize that this isn't a good fit for them, and you might make 5 hires. Only one of them is going to last within that first 90 days. And so always be proactive with your hiring. Never get comfortable with the staff that you have on your team, because there's always going to be a problem that you need to solve. And the moment you get caught with your pants down thinking I've got a good enough staff and we've got enough team members, so on and so forth, you're going to lose somebody, and you're going to be caught in this situation where you may be hiring out of desperation. And so that's the fourth thing, is always be hiring. Expect hiring and marketing to be your biggest problems on an ongoing basis. And when I say marketing, you need to figure out a way to really dial in your marketing avenues. So which lead sources and lead vendors are you using? Which zip codes are you investing in? And this is always changing. So you might need to hire and fire lead vendors. You might need to hire and fire zip codes because they're just not getting you that ROI. And so that's what I mean by hiring and marketing will always be a problem that you will need to solve, and then also making sure that you're getting a good enough referral sources, making sure your team's asking for referral, all that stuff. And so expect that to be a problem. And the fifth thing that you can expect when starting an insurance agency is expect tough seasons. There's going to be seasons where it will get tough. There's going to be things beyond your control. There's going to be carriers that become really strict with the restrictions, and you don't have, like right now, we're in a tough season right now at the time of this recording, where here in Nevada, we're required to put 50 to 66% down of the policy premium up front for all the auto policies that we're selling. That's a tough season. We also have restrictions where I just had to turn down a $9,000 deal due to a speeding ticket in 2022. One speeding ticket in the last 3 years. I wasn't able to get this policy. Things aren't always going to be tough. There's going to be just peaks and valleys. There's going to be good seasons where you're able to write and there's no restrictions and the rates are good. And there's going to be other seasons where it's just carriers are tightening down and losses are high. You know, we're still suffering from all the inflation over the last couple of years, and at the time of this recording, and we're just in this tough season. And depending on where you're at as well, you could be in a place where there's like Texas, where there's a lot of claims, there's a lot of hail storms and tornadoes, and depending on where you're at, there will be seasons where you will want to quit. There will be seasons where it's going to get hard, but I'm here to tell you that as long as you persevere and you get resourceful and you figure it out and you just have grit, you will make a successful insurance agency owner. So if you've stuck around this far, I hope you got some value from this video. I wish you the best of luck in your insurance agency owner journey. Be sure to check out all my other content. I drop a ton of videos on insurance and helping you run an effective agency. Tons of interviews with other rockstar agency owners, and check out my other resources as well. I offer one-on-one coaching and as well as my social media coaching and consulting community. So like, follow, subscribe, and until next time, peace.